Clerk, read the next bill.
House Bill 3409, relating to natural hair care and declaring an emergency.
Question now arises upon third reading and final passage of House Bill 3409. Representative Keny-Guyer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, House Bill 3409 passed unanimously out of the Consumer Protection and Government Efficiency Committee, and I'm honored to co-carry this bill with the good representative from District 25. House Bill 3409 defines natural hair care as braiding, cornrowing, extending, lacing, locking, sewing, twisting, weaving, or wrapping of human hair, natural fibers, synthetic fibers, or hair extensions through the use of hands or simple devices such as clips, combs, hairpins, or needle and thread. Additionally, it would allow the use of scissors to trim synthetic fibers, hair extensions, or sewn-in weave extension as is necessary to perform the activities described in this paragraph, and the making of customized wigs from natural hair, natural fibers, synthetic fibers of hair extensions. Currently, anyone practicing natural hair care on a non-family member for pay or as a volunteer needs a cosmetology license, which includes cutting, chemical perms, and coloring, among other things. Cosmetology education takes over 1,500 hours of education and can cost between $10,000 and $17,000, with additional costs for testing and licensure. This creates a barrier for many people, especially African Americans and African immigrants who have already learned this natural hair care practice from the generations before them in order to just practice it legally in Oregon. This is the case for my constituent who brought this bill before me, Amber Starks. In addition to needing to practice in Vancouver in order to make a living at this, Amber was prohibited from volunteering her services to foster kids and adopted kids whose foster or adoptive parents may not have learned natural hair care from their parents. Amber and others practice their profession in Washington, where natural hair care is allowed without a license. Others may go underground to earn a living. Going to Washington or practicing underground results in lost income tax revenue for our state. Many other states have eliminated these barriers, some, such as Washington, by allowing anyone to practice without a license. We are taking a middle road, such as Florida and Kansas have done, by creating a new modified license under the Board of Cosmetology that limits the scope of practice to just natural hair care and requires proof of knowledge of health and safety standards. This cheaper modified license will reduce barriers to employment and create pathways for Oregonians to practice legally and safely in our state. I appreciate the cooperation with the Board of Cosmetology and Oregon Health Licensing Agency and the passion of Amber Starks, who represents the aspirations for many providers and consumers of natural hair care.
Co-carrier, Representative Thatcher.
All right, thank you. I guess I'm going to speak to the bill a little bit too. Listen up, pro-free market, pro-red tape cutters, pro-small business, pro-entrepreneur. This is your chance. This is the best bill we have had all session that will help remove a big burden off of those who just want to earn a living, very humble living. My family's been involved in and out with the salon business. My daughter's a licensed cosmetologist. I almost got in an argument with her the other day saying, hey, I'm going to be bringing this bill. I'm working on this bill that will help these people that just want to braid your hair or just add extensions or locks or whatever. And she says, well, they don't have to be licensed. I said, au contraire. The state of Oregon says you do. So this is your chance to remove a huge burden for these very talented entrepreneurs. Just to give you some comparison here, we have real life and death situations with people have handled food. Yet they can go online and get a $10 food handler card. We're talking about hair here. What is the life and death situation? So I'm hoping that these people will be able to, who want to practice this art, can get online, find this test online and be able to sign up and get this, pass this test, whatever, and get this hair handler card, if you will. I'm not sure what it will be called. We need to make sure that we have the minimal amount of barrier for these people and help these people earn a living and be good business people and free market. Thanks. Vote aye.
Further discussion. Representative Frederick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the bill. Colleagues, just because this is the second time that I've been before you advocating for a bill that has to do with hair care, don't think it's a theme. 2 years ago, I was talking about foster children and their special hair care needs. Today, I'm actually advocating for a real option for the representative from the Christmas Tree District when he decides to get those braids. Let me know. I can put you in touch with somebody who will do an excellent job for you. Seriously, this bill is about the practice of natural hair care. Giving that practice a legal home in our system of licensing practitioners of personal care. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents when I was growing up, and they ran a beauty salon for 6 decades. They say that olfactory memories last the longest, and I can tell you the smells of chemical and heat treatments of hair have stuck with me. But that's many people's choice, and that's fine for them. And it's important for those who practice those techniques to be well-versed in how to do it safely and effectively. This bill doesn't affect those practitioners, and it doesn't affect those customers. There is, however, though, a significant market for hair care that doesn't rely on those treatments. Those who practice natural hair care do not need to know how to use heat and chemicals to alter hair, but they do need to practice their skill and art in a safe and hygienic manner. This bill brings them under an appropriate regulatory umbrella to protect consumers without requiring them to go into debt to study skills that they don't plan to use. It should also be noted that most conventional salons do not typically offer many of the techniques that are part of the natural hair care to their customers, and currently they can't bring anyone in to work in a salon without a full barbering or hair care design license. So, as has been noted, these practitioners either operate out of sight or operate across the border in Washington State, where they do have this recognition. So in that case, in that sense, this is an economic development bill as well as a consumer protection bill, and I urge your aye vote. Thank you.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, Representative Keny-Guyer, do you wish to close? She does not. Those who have the opinion the bill should pass will vote aye, and those opposed no. The clerk will open the voting system. House Bill 3409, having received the constitutional majority, is declared passed.